So, would you like to hear a joke? Ireland in the corruption index. So, this is done every year to do with which country is the most corrupt and which is the most, uncorrupt country. And Ireland is in 13th place now. I don't know who surveys Ireland, but I think they might need their head examined because if you just look at my community posts for the last year, I'm very doubtful that Ireland would even be in the top 200 because, no Korea nearly is more fair and more honest with its citizens than this fucking who of a country. That mainly to the politicians, again, that's all the politicians doing. But no surprise, of course, it's majority of the countries in the top, top spots are the Nordic countries, the Scandinavian countries, whatever you want to call it. Denmark, of course, being the most for the last few years in a row. Of course, Finland too. We talk about Finland now in a second. Singapore, New Zealand, Norway, Sweden. Of course, all the Nordic countries pretty much up in the top five. It's very interesting to see how it's always up in the top five, the Nordic countries, the Scandinavian countries. And then, of course, Iceland, the usual, and then Estonia, Australia, Hong Kong, and then Holland. God bless us and save us. But, it's absolutely because looking at, like the countries that are on the bottom, like South Sudan, Somalia, and Venezuela, and Yemen, Ireland should probably be up, near Chad, Honduras, and stuff like that, Oman, and stuff like that. Because it is quite bad, the corruption in this country. Like, I don't think people realise it until you see. Like, if you look at my computer post for 5 minutes, I don't know who was solving Ireland, but they must have been blind and deaf at the same time because, let's be fair, like, you just need 5 minutes to look at Ireland's political system and know it's entirely fucked. The whole system is fucked. It's out to fuck people. Not in a good way, but in a very, very bad way. But yeah, so I don't say nobody believes you. Basically, nobody in Ireland believes that bullshit. That Ireland is the 13th least corrupt country in the world. Like nobody would. You couldn't make it up. Let's that way. Like I couldn't sit here and make it up. But at least it's not the number one spot. At least in fairness, because there'd be something definitely wrong if it was. But no, just speaking about Finland, obviously because I was in Finland a good few times this year, and twice last year, and a few times before. Um, that it is well, it was of course under the former Finnish Prime Minister. It would have been top tier. Let's be it's still top tier, but let's be fair. The current government in Finland, they're kind of like the Irish government. They pretty much look up to Micheál Martin. Let's put it that way, because that's literally what they're up to. In Finland, they're literally robbing from the poor to give to the rich, which is a great way of looking at it, because that's literally what they're doing. But yeah, so it's doubtful that Finland should be in the second spot this year, and the same with when the World Happiness Report comes out. There's no hope. It should be number one. It should be probably very much down because this current government in Finland doesn't know the ass from the elbow, and are just absolute lunatics in a lot of cases. Because the policies are just simply not working. The policies are just running around with sitters. It's not worked at all. It's done the opposite. It's made things worse. And I say that straight up, to be generally honest with you, of course. They should have kept the former Finnish Prime Minister, but that's the story of another night. But yeah, so I'm very doubtful about Finland. But I suppose Denmark, like as I said, with the Scandinavian Nordic countries, all of them are there. Like all of them are in the top one, apart from Iceland's a bit down in the charts. But they're all pretty much on the top tier. So it just goes to show you. But it all goes with just the last thing I say on it. It's all to do with the Nordic welfare state and the Nordic welfare system. And of course, it's built on trust. That's the main thing in the Nordic states. That society's built on trust, more even in Ireland and other countries. It's built on trust, put trust in the system and trust in society, trust in the institutions. In Ireland, that could never happen, in modern Ireland anyway. But that's what it's built on. The whole foundation of the society is built around that. So, it's understandable. In Ireland, it's just everything's gone to hell. Especially in the last few years, everything's just gone to hell. But yeah, so do you believe that Ireland should be in the 13th place? Or do you think it should be in the 300th place? Let me know what you think. Subscribe for more and bye.